But, you know, connect these dots and you see what is literally a federal judge now stepping in to say that the federal government can't carry out its duty for federal immigration law.
Well, because the judges are the new face of the resistance for the liberal left. And when they started doing it, Charlie, was when President Trump won office. They did it during his first term with all these nationwide injunctions that were issued. Now they're doing it again during his second term. But we need to be honest about what Democrats are doing. Their desire is to protect criminals. Yeah. You look at the deportations of these illegal aliens that have taken place under President Trump. 70% have been criminals or individuals pending charges. These aren't, you know, moms and kids that the Trump administration are trying to deport. They're illegal aliens. They're gang members. They're terrorists as well. And you talked about the Alvarado attack, the ambush against the ICE agents there. They were outfitted in black military-style clothing, 12 sets of body armor, 14 guns, fireworks, spray paint, two-way radios, and anti-government propaganda. What do you think that sounds like they're preparing for?
Well, look at the video just from last night, from yesterday in Camarillo, Texas. It's unbelievable. The one news agency caught on camera what appeared to be, and you can see the protesters pelting federal immigration vehicles with rocks. That is assaulting. That is textbook assaulting federal immigration, trying to deal with illegal aliens, 10 of which are minors. Now we're talking about child labor violations at this pot farm out in Camarillo. Look at them just pounding that. And then the one news organization capturing video of what appeared to be an individual firing a pistol at ICE, at federal law enforcement, and that, you know, those are fireworks, by the way. This has gotten out of hand. This is a point that when you see this sort of response, and again, remember, this is a warrant that was being carried out. The federal immigration authorities got word that there were these two farms, one of them a marijuana farm, that was employing illegal aliens. They went in to carry out federal law enforcement and round people up. In it, they found out that there were these 10 unaccompanied, 10 underage minors, right, 8 of which were unaccompanied minors.
Which is kind of interesting, and then to have a federal judge then say that, no, you're rounding people up because they're brown or because the color of their skin or because of the way, because of the language they speak. No, the whole...
Yeah, I heard the farm was owned by a cop.
Point of a warrant is that you're not doing those things, that you're doing it with actual cause for... And, of course, we've been talking about this all week with all of this crazy stuff going on, that at some point, somebody's going to get hurt. Well, and then you have video of a protester firing a gun.
Exactly. Well, and that's what the borders are. You know, Tom Homan has been saying. He's saying, look, this is going to end with someone dying. This is going to end with ICE agents dying. And then what are Democrats doing? You only have...
If someone has died. Well, many people have died so far in ICE custody. And someone died in this raid. It was not an ICE agent. It was one of the people that were apprehended.
Senator Fetterman, who is saying, look, this is wrong. We should be calling this out. We should be saying that this is disgusting. No other Democrats are doing that. But what are they doing? What are senators like Cory Booker doing? They're trying to remove the masks of ICE agents, which further puts their lives at danger at a time.
Yes, they should. They should not be able to mask up. They are public servants. They're public servants, and they're murdering people.
When assaults are up by 700% on ICE agents, Griff?
Yeah, and Charlie, I think you really hit the nail on the head, and that is, imagine the week. Let me show you. The week we have had in just the first 10 days of July, an unprecedented number of attacks on ICE and federal law enforcement. Let's start on July 1st.
He's getting up. He's going to the big stage.
In Buffalo, an individual named Matthew White posts on X, "Kill them all. The ICE is the new Gestapo. Stop them." He is facing federal charges for threatening ICE agents. Let's go to 4th of July, the Alvarado assault.
Wait, that's what they're saying is a attack? Like, what are we doing? Is ICE like is this a hate crime now? Like, they're like, hey, I mean, he Fed posted, which you shouldn't, okay? But it's like, but I don't understand. Like, you can't even be like, oh, stop ICE agents. They're doing ADL. They're doing ADL shit for ICE.
They were talking about, Lisa was pointing out, they had AR-style rifles, they had body armor, they had two-way radios, they had Faraday bags that was trying to conceal cell phone, coordinated, planned, premeditated attack, and of the 10...
Oh, wow, what did ICE have? What did the ICE agents have? Like, they're like, wow, they had backpacks? That's crazy. ICE is wearing fucking Kevlar with ceramic plates, geared out the fucking wazoo, latest fucking weapons, lethal. Like, they actually have all of the gear. And he's like, well, you know, these guys had Faraday bags to hide their phones. I think this is the first time that the White House account has been ratioed. The symbol of hope, truth, justice, the American way, Superman Trump. Oh my God. National Jusha. God damn. I don't, ableism, I don't condone. Dark woke. I mean, this guy is not dark woke. His name is National Jusha, chat. Are you fucking insane? Dark woke is when liberals say, like, you know, crazy shit. When someone's name is National Jusha, they've been dark woke for a moment. That's like, that motherfucker's a Maoist.
Individuals now facing first-degree attempted murder of federal immigration officers. There is an 11th individual, Benjamin Song, on the run, allegedly provided those weapons to the 10 protesters. Then let's go down to McAllen, Texas. An absolute barrage of bullets from an assailant on a Border Patrol annex facility in McAllen, Texas, that housed the Special Operations Division of Border Patrol. That individual deceased, but it's causing all BP facilities in Texas to get heightened security. Let's go to Tuesday, July 8th, the next day. That's when, as you're mentioning, Lisa, the Democrats, led by Cory Booker and Senator Padilla, wanting to unmask agents while the agents, ICE.
This is a major conspiracy. Cory Booker is working with people who want to kill ICE agents. That's so, like, my man, be serious, please. Like, please. That is, like, Donald Trump directly did January 6th, was like, the election was fake. We should overthrow the government, basically. And then January 6th is done. They go, how could you possibly make a connection between our big, beautiful president who did a rally and then told the rally to basically go to the Capitol? That's no connection at all. Meanwhile, you turn around and you're like, Cory Booker wants ICE agents to be assassinated? Really, Cory Booker? He's not wrong. I'm working with Cory Booker. Yeah, Cory Booker wants to do ISIS-style decapitation videos for ICE agents is a insane thing to state on Fox News, but here we are. They're saying it, and perhaps even worse, there are people who believe in it. Like, there are people who believe this. Your parents probably, when you think about it. You probably, some of you have parents who think Cory Booker is this, like, seriously dangerous, scary guy, okay? Yeah, Cory, book him and cook him.
Law enforcement has said that they are
You're laughing. Cory Booker is coordinating anti-ICE pogroms, and you're laughing. Sick.
wearing.
Yeah, I saw the Tim Pool take on the armed protester. I said, why do you hate our Constitution? 10,000 retweets, 3.3 million views. Sentiment is growing. Law enforcement isn't kidnapping family members. We don't know who that guy is that shot children. Children were recovered doing labor on a marijuana farm. If the left is willing to lie to defend this and argue for the right to shoot cops, I assume escalation will only continue. Dog, guy who made Civil War is imminent any day now style videos for the entire duration of his idiotic fucking career is now going, oh my God, the members on the left want to do civil war. Guy who was like, race war is imminent. Civil war is imminent. The Democrats done did it again. Bro, what? What the fuck? Dude, Instagram removed my post. Wait, what? Dangerous organizations and individuals. Examples of things we don't allow. Dangerous organizations and individuals. Okay? Do you want to know what post it is? I'm gonna request a review. Wait, I'm gonna send in a review. No, it's not a Mahmoud pig. No, it's so much dumber than that. Why do you follow each other, Hasan? I follow a lot of people. You'll hear back from us soon. Chat, I'm gonna show you. You're not gonna fucking believe it. Hold on, I took a screenshot of it. Can you see from over there? I don't know if you can. I'll read it to you. Why this happened. This post may contain symbols, glorification, or support of people and organizations we define as dangerous. Okay? I'm going to read you the actual fucking... It's a photo of me and Kaya from Christmas. It's a photo of me and Kaya from Christmas. It's just a Christmas photo. And I say in the Christmas photo, Merry Socialismus and a Happy Hasanaka. Santa Claus is Turkish. December 26th, 2024. And I can't even tell if there was like another in the post, if there was something else in there that was like actually considered dangerous. But I have no idea why they did that. I mean, I don't really care necessarily, but it is just funny. Okay, and they're right. True. I wonder what it could be. Khaya is Hamas. Khaya. Khaya. Here's the post mirrored on. Oh, it's because of this. Merry Christmas to all my friends in Hezbollah, Hamas, and the IRA. That makes sense. Is it the swastika sword? No. No, this. Well, I hit up, I asked for a review, and I said it was a joke because I don't know what it was. So let's see if they work, if that works. This is such a funny thing to delete after 7 months, you know? Why 7 months later? I assume that there are people that are constantly like monitoring my posts and just like going up and down like and just like botting it. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't really give a shit. Yeah, okay. Oops. One of my posts got deleted from fucking December of last year. Instagram literally keeps posting people posting like racist memes with the N-word after reports, but that's a problem. Yeah. Who's that guy? That's Jeremy Corbyn.
Identification of ICE and HSI on them, but they're covering their faces because there are individuals trying to publicly dox these agents, putting them, their families, their spouses, their children at heightened risk. Same day, you've got 4 arrested out in Van Nuys, California, for placing allegedly tire spikes in the road, puncturing the holes of ICE vehicles, trying to stop that raid. By the way, that raid, a legal raid being carried out by warrant, and the same day you've got up in San Francisco, agitators confronting ICE outside of Immigrant.
Yo, some of these things, Meal, I feel like you're stat padding, big dog. I'm sorry. On the one hand, you're like, motherfuckers were shooting at ICE agents, and on the other hand, you're like, a bunch of gay San Francisco people were yelling in the vicinity of ICE agents, okay? Like, some of these things are just, like, legally protected speech, okay? Excuse me, what are we doing here? Like, that's crazy. Also, it is funny where they keep saying this is a legal raid with a warrant, okay? It's like, as opposed to what, dude? Are we supposed to have illegal raids now? Like, is that what you're saying? Would you have an issue with it if it was an illegal raid? No, you wouldn't. It's just all the same. Also, was it a judicial warrant? Or was it just one of those like fake, the fake warrants that they just like issue out? Was it like an actual warrant for arrest issued by a judge? Or was it one of those like immigration court warrants? They're admitting to other raids being illegal? Or I guess.
Court, we have seen that in sanctuary
or administrative warrant. Sorry, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you.
San Francisco, where the authorities will not turn over criminal illegal aliens that have deportation orders. They just turn them loose on the streets. ICE trying to pick them up, but they're getting resistance and being assaulted there. And then finally, as we've been talking out in Camarillo, California, the unbelievable, there's a $50,000 reward. The U.S. attorney out there, Bill Isole, saying that they want to capture that individual that appeared to fire a weapon, fire a pistol at ICE agents who were carrying out a lawful warrant. This is the first 10 days of July. If we stay on this trajectory, Lisa, that's why Tom Homan is saying that he is, and we're going to talk to him in just a little bit. You know, yesterday on this couch, we asked Secretary Kristi Noem, DHS Secretary, I said, are you worried?
Was that a gun, by the way? Not the finger gun? Like, so what is that? What happened there? Was it like an actual gun that they were shooting at the ICE agents? Like, do we know more details on that? Anyway, let's see.
That you're going to attend the funeral of one
It's
of your
AI.
agents.
Bro, calm down. I'm trying to arrive at the truth, please. Like, we need to, oh, God. Chat, I'm not the fucking judge, okay? And neither are you. Like, I just want to know what happened. I've only seen that still. Everyone's like, Dad, it's real. Calm down, okay? I don't know. I don't know what took place. What's shocking about it is if it was like actually a fucking gun and someone shot at you know, law enforcement and they didn't just like slaughter every single person there. That's like the maximalist amount of restraint that I've never actually seen. I've never seen that kind of restraint from any law enforcement. So that's what's like shocking about it.
And she said she thinks about it every day.
I mean, it's just disgusting. And again, you're going to want to tune in for Tom Homan at 6:30 a.m. here.
A Fox News alert. Chaos in California. Federal agents deploying tear gas while protesters hurl rocks during an ICE raid at a marijuana farm allegedly staffed by illegal immigrants. The scene escalating when a protester seen here appears to fire a gun at
See, that's what I mean. Like, they have this shit. This is the only thing I've seen.
feds. The FBI now offering...
But, like, I don't really understand. Like, this motherfucker actually pulled out. He busted the gat.
Allegedly staffed by illegal immigrants.
Like, what is that?
The scene escalating.
Also, why isn't there audio? I don't understand.
It's just disgusting. And again, you're going to want to tune in for Tom Homan at 6:30 a.m. here.
A Fox News alert. Chaos in California. Federal agents deploying tear gas while protesters hurl rocks during an ICE raid at a marijuana farm allegedly staffed by illegal immigrants. The scene escalating when a protester seen here appears to fire a gun at the Fed.
Other angles on Twitter, they also keep saying seen here with what appears to be firing a gun. Like, why aren't you just saying this protest is firing the gun at agents? I don't know. I don't know.
The FBI now offering a $50,000 reward for info on the suspect. All of this comes as we await.
I think it jammed. Oh, there's another angle. It might be a real fucking gun. Oh, that's what they're saying. It appears that he fired. I don't think he actually fired. I think he tried to fire, but he just couldn't. Look.
Take a look at this video right here. It appears a protester fired some kind of gun at federal agents.
Some kind of gun.
Afternoon, it was a really chaotic scene at the time.
Yeah, look. He runs back and he tries to fix it.
Protester fired back with that.
Airsoft? That's crazy, bro. Airsoft at fucking the armed Gestapo, you're just demanding that you get executed. You know, that's like
by a Biden-appointed federal judge who's expected to curb all federal immigration operations in Southern California. Border czar Tom Homan joining us now. Tom, I watched that video out of Camarillo, California yesterday and was just mortified. What happened there and what is your reaction?
My reaction is the same as been from day one. People were welcome to protest to have their First Amendment rights grew up, but they can't cross that line. They can't impede us from doing our job. That's a felony. They certainly can't put hands on an agent. That's a felony. So what happened in California is just another example of protesters becoming criminals. And they've been emboldened by even members of Congress who compare ICE to Nazis and racists and terrorists. I mean, the rhetoric is so high, and I said 2 months ago, it's going to end up with a loss of life. And we had one the other day in Texas. And it's not over. I mean, the rhetoric has to end. ICE agents are simply enforcing the law that members of Congress enacted, that they wrote, they created, and was signed by the president. If people want to complain about the job ICE is doing, then go complain to Congress, because we're enforcing the laws they enacted. We're doing our job.
Hey, Tom, can I just take you back? You just said you had a loss of life in Texas?
Yeah, you had a person attack a Border Patrol facility, firing at the facility, and BORTAC agents...
Right. The individual that assaulted him lost life. Okay, I was just clarifying, making sure you weren't making news there that an agent had lost his life, and that is, of course, the fear. But you talk about those politicians.
Bro, no, you got to get a new guy. I mean, not to give any tips to the fucking Department of Homeland Security, but, like, Tom Homan is so bad at communicating, man. Like, even the host is like, what did you just say? He's just like, Tom Homan sounds like what I imagine a fucking bag of deli meat, if it gained some kind of sentience, would sound like. Just gums flapping in the fucking wind, man. He's like the human basset hound, dude. He's like a fucking no, not a basset hound. What's the ones with the gums? Like a mastiff. It's crazy. It's like watching a fucking mastiff try to drink water, bro. The fucking jowls flapping around. God damn, dude. It's craziness.
And rhetoric that clearly seems to be fueling much of this, but you've also got some distortion of the facts. This was a post that California Governor Gavin Newsom put up yesterday. Kids running from tear gas, crying on the phone because their mother was just taken from the fields. Trump calls me Newscom.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to do this, but Big Gav is right. This is literally what's going on every day, and we all see it. It's like, dude, you know what this is? Not to bring everything back to Israel, but like this is very Israel shit. But basically what's going on here is that initially maybe some people didn't care, right? Plenty of people didn't. They were like, oh, whatever. What am I going to do? It's like, maybe they're criminals. Probably good that they're getting fucking taken out of the country. But every single day, you see another fucking family being separated from their provider, from their dads. You know, kids like crying in fucking immigration court. Like every day, you see these horrible images. Eventually, people start noticing that these aren't fucking criminals. You know, these are just like regular ass people working every day trying to make ends meet, and they're just being shipped out of this fucking country for no reason. And eventually, after the 700th child that you see in a fucking bag that their parents are carrying in Gaza, you start developing some opinions about Israel. And just like that, every day after the 700th time you see like a child crying as his dad is like physically ripped away from them, you know, you're going to start developing opinions about ICE, even if you previously thought it was appropriate.
But he's the real scum. We later find out there were 10 juveniles in that operation, that were 8 of which were unaccompanied minors. What do you say?
I see this every day, and I said from day one, when President Trump became president, that they're going to vilify the men and women of ICE. They'll vilify the men and women of Border Patrol. They did it during the last administration, except this time, the rhetoric's at an all-time high. Every day I get up and I read the media posts at the White House, and 90% of the stories are just fake.
What's the fucking argument? Is the argument like, oh, it's in camera only, sorry? What's the argument? What's the argument? What's the argument? I'm sorry that you saw me get up instead of Tom Homan's ugly ass face. I will never let chat live this down. Chat, remember this moment. 7/11/2025, 4:42 p.m. Pacific time. Chat demanded that they see ugly ass Tom Homan's face. Okay? Chat demanded that they see ugly ass Tom Homan's fucking face. It was like, dude, the camera's off. Yep, 7-Eleven, baby. Remember 7-Eleven. No, you got it. You got it. The Tom Homan heads are like, dude, I'm horny. Come on. Just his gums flapping. Don't do it for me. Just his jowls. Don't do it for me. I need to see the sex appeal. Okay? I need to see it with my own dang eyes, dude. Full screen for Tom, please. Just zoom in on his face.
They're lies. So, and people say, well, the polls are kind of turning against Donald Trump a little bit on immigration. First of all, I don't believe it. If the polls turn it off, because all the fake news out there, they're lying about what the President Trump is doing. They're lying about what the men and women of ICE.
Anyway, the argument I was going to make is like, okay, are you the advocate for child welfare in this scenario? Like, what's the argument? Oh, well, we're going to violently deport them to the slave labor colony in El Salvador so they can be free of doing what? Labor on the fucking weed farm? If I am to believe that there are, 16, 17-year-old, like, unaccompanied minors working on the fucking field, okay, which is a likelihood, for the record. There are a fuck ton of undocumented child laborers in, like, poultry facilities at a Hyundai facility in Alabama. Like, this is a real thing that happens. So what's better for them now? To be shipped off? To be shipped off permanently to CCOT? Like, if you got an issue, arrest the farm owner, bitch, not the kids. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's so strange for them to just, like, sit here on Fox News, advocate for mass deportation of these, like, children's parents, and maybe even the children themselves, while simultaneously arguing as though, like, somehow deporting their family members or the kids is going to improve their welfare. Like, this is, we're the child welfare party.
And that kind of turns, the tide against us a little bit. But that's why, members of the administration are out there every day setting the facts straight. The fact is, I read in the paper the other day, the majority of people who arrest are not criminals. Wrong. Look at the data. Go to ICE.gov, look at the data. But we got...
That's literally just the truth. That's crazy. I like that he's stupid enough that I assume his argument is they're all undocumented immigrants, so they're all breaking a crime. Yeah, crimes are not meant to be broken. They're breaking it. I'm here to fix it. The crime that was broken. Fucking dildo.
Well, it's just a misdemeanor. It's not a felony. They're not really criminal. Oh, they're not convicted. They're just charged. Oh, they're not criminals. No, we're prioritizing public safety threats and national security threats, and that's a fact.
But Tom, it strikes me unbelievable that the Democrats are not on board. When you look at this raid, there were 10 juveniles that were illegally brought across the border. You and I covered this under the Biden administration. I was down in Texas. We encountered 8, 10-year-old, 12-year-olds coming across with just a name and an address and a phone number on their necks, the cartel ruthlessly sending them across. And yet now we know that 10 of them, 8 of which were unaccompanied minors, working illegally in a marijuana farm, and your agents go in and rescue them essentially, and yet there is violent resistance to that. Does that upset you?
It certainly upsets me, and like I said, you know, the work men and women of ICE are doing is incredible. Look, we're looking for over 300,000 missing children.
I'm losing my mind. Do journalism. Find the person who owns the fucking facility and arrest them. Why is this? Dude, being an immigrant is so crazy in this country. I swear to God. They will physically, violently apprehend you, possibly your child, and then get mad at the child and the person who brought the child to the field, and not the person who may or may not have actually hired the child. Like, what are we talking about? How is this Governor Gavin Newsom's fault? I can't believe I'm saying this. Fucking do your due diligence. Find who was the actual criminal in this situation, the person who hired, if you think these were 10-year-olds that were working on the farm. Which sounds insane to say, but like, they behave as though the kids are the fucking criminals here. Why are you arresting the children? Oh, they said 16. I misunderstood. I thought he kept saying juvenile. Like, I just assumed that they were like, my father grew up in Sanger, California, and picked fruit in a field with 9 siblings for 10 cents an hour from age 4 to 14. Wait, what? I don't know if that's real. What the fuck? From age 4 to 14. I'm a 3rd-generation immigrant. North Koreans in chat. You never know. They're young. They could be forced into labor. Bro, then fucking arrest the person who hired the child. Okay? The child, under no circumstance, should be the one that is getting arrested. Am I crazy? Am I losing my mind here? Like, I feel like this is an insane circumstance, like, where they're like, yeah, and the fucking violent criminal babies, we have to get them out of here. Like, they're talking about they liberated these kids from the camp, from the work camp. By what? Putting them in a fucking work camp? Yeah, we're arresting the illegal babies. We liberated the illegal babies by arresting them and physically apprehending them violently, okay, handcuffing them, and then putting these illegal babies in the back of a car so we can ship them to a fucking facility far, far away, okay? We are here to arrest these illegal babies and put them into a legal work camp, a legal concentration camp where they are concentrated, where they are, you know, they can concentrate on important tasks like building fucking, making license plates, okay? Putting together desks that will be sold to the state. Thank God.
10,000. Have you heard that anywhere? No, the media is simply not covering it. And look, this should be a nonpartisan issue. Arresting public safety threats and national security threats, everybody be all the same page on that. Rescuing children, I mean, it should be a nonpartisan issue. Everybody.
Look, they're rescuing the kids by tear gassing them. My mistake. When I see your Gestapo force tear gassing the kids, the illegal babies, okay? I didn't realize it was liberation gas, dude. I didn't realize you were liberating them. Yeah, bitch, you feel pretty stupid. Yep, my mistake. I feel pretty stupid now. Yeah, everything I've seen from television telling me this is exactly how they liberated Iraq, for example. Or like how Trump liberated Iran just the other week. Or how Israel is liberating Gaza. This is how liberation is done. Thank God for Tom Homan, the great baby liberator, okay?
In lockstep on that, but they're not. The media's lying. The Democrats they don't want President Trump to be successful. I got news for them. We are being successful. Every illegal alien public safety threat.
Yeah, they killed someone in this raid, by the way. One of the farm workers died in the chaotic race in Ventura County, California. And from what I understand, as of 5 hours ago, there were other workers, including U.S. citizens, that were unaccounted for. Bro, this is like the Epstein stuff, you know? They geared up, they tuned up the entire public to 11 on the Epstein shit for years and years and years and years, right? And then they were like, oops, no Epstein leaks. Just kidding. Shut the fuck up. Look in the other direction. And kind of a similar thing took place with the Second Amendment. Every fucking day, they're like, oh, I need my second to protect the first. I need my Second Amendment against a tyrannical state. And then the state starts doing tyrannical shit, and they're like, nope, not like that. I meant like you can use it on black people. What do you mean? What is the most tyrannical state? A black person in your vicinity where you can do castle doctrine to, which basically is a on-the-spot deputization. Like you turn into a cop almost in that very moment when you're fearful of your life. What happened? Motherfuckers were like, oh, you need the Second Amendment to go up against a tyrannical state. State starts behaving in a tyrannical fashion. Everyone's like, whoa, dude. Just like the First Amendment is like, free speech free speech still means free speech, even speech you disagree with. Okay, not against Israel. I didn't mean that. I meant like saying slurs. Okay. I didn't mean against Israel. I simply meant to be able to say slurs without other people yelling back at you and arrest the people yelling at me for saying the slurs, please. That's not more speech. And it certainly should not be free. Yeah, Jamie Alanis, an immigrant farm worker who picked tomatoes for 10 years, fell from a building during an ice raid in Camarillo yesterday. He reportedly suffered a broken neck and skull and was placed on life support. Emerging reports state he has died. Yeah, they did that.
The arrest makes this country safer. Every national security threat we take off the street.
This particular farm already has a class action lawsuit from 2023 ongoing for labor law violations. Raided cannabis farm facing federal probe for child exploitation is the subject of past labor law complaints. I'm losing my fucking mind. Brother, are you serious? Are you fucking serious? Glass House Brands, whose farm was raided by immigration authorities on Thursday, is the subject of several labor law complaints, according to Washington Examiner review of the Los Angeles County Superior Court records. Following the raid, Customs Border Patrol Commissioner Rodney Scott said 10 juveniles, all illegal immigrants, and 8 of whom are unaccompanied minors, were rescued at the marijuana facility in Camarillo. In response, Glass House disputed ever employing children or knowingly violating labor laws. Glass House has never knowingly violated labor laws, so the youngest was 14 years old. These are the juveniles found in the marijuana facility, almost all unaccompanied, one as young as 14. California, are you ready to partner up with us to stop child exploitation? Bro, this is... Arrest the guy who owns the fucking facility! What the fuck? What are we doing? What are we doing? Brother, it's the kids that are in the fucking... It's the kids that are in detention. Do you understand? Illegal kids. Like, how are you not going to arrest the employer, man? How? Like, what are we doing here? How does no one look at the situation and go, yeah, that's pretty fucked up. They should probably arrest the guy who was hiring children, okay? Like, what kind of abolition of slavery required the execution of the slaves, okay? This is crazy. This is why I say, for the record, that... Oh, here it is. Ex-cop turned legal pot farmer claims he's a bigger dealer than anyone sitting in prison. Glass House Brand CEO Kyle Kazan says his booming business produces 6,000 pounds of pot a year, and the number is growing. Former LAPD officer who once had to arrest a man he pulled up next to at a red light who had a marijuana plant sticking out of his car. What a wonderful story, man. I love this story. Thank you. Yeah, we got to protect this brave patriot business owner who was harmed by these illegal children. That he unknowingly hired to do child labor exploitation. We should actually punish the children extra hard. We should punish the children even fucking harder, okay? They went up to him and they're Latino. They went up to him. They were sneaky and did Latino style mind control. He's the real victim here. In May 2023, 2 former Glass House harvesters, Ana Maria Pedreira and Lourdes Patricia Avalos, filed a class action lawsuit against Glass House Brands and its subsidiaries, including Camarillo Cultivation Center, for allegedly refusing to pay regular and overtime wages. Dude, oh my God, I'm so mad. This is everything I find out about the story pisses me off further. Look, you have this white man using these children on his plantation farm. Yeah, think of the small business owner. The case is still pending and a status conference is scheduled in October. Among a slew of allegations, Melendez claimed the glass house failed to pay workers all wages earned, including sick pay, minimum, regular, overtime, imposed unlawful quotas. Wow. Yeah, how could this have happened? Yeah, we should punish the day laborers even more, actually.
Work makes us safer. And we're rescuing thousands of children. The lives saved every day by ICE, the lives saved every day by Border Patrol, are in the hundreds. So it's the only thing I can think of, Griff, if they hate President Trump more than they love their community, they hate President Trump more than they want, safe communities. And there's just no other excuse why this is not, why this has become a partisan issue to take public safety threats off the street.
And before I run out of time, Tom, I've got to get you.
I'm on my way back from Texas and watching disbelief as thugs were violently throwing rocks and bricks at ICE officers. They were moving down a roadway in their car and/or official vehicle. Tremendous damage was done to these brand new vehicles. I know for a fact that these officers are having a hard time with allowing this to happen, in that it shows such total disrespect for law and order. Therefore, I am directing Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem and Border Czar Tom Homan to instruct all ICE, Homeland Security, or any other law enforcement officer who is on the receiving end of thrown rocks, bricks, or any form of assault to stop their car, arrest these slimeballs using whatever means is necessary to do so. I'm giving total authorization for ICE to protect itself, just like they protect the public. Oh my God. I never want to see a car carrying a law enforcement officer attacked again. Authorization immediately granted for arrest and incarceration. Thank you for your attention to this matter. He's like, yeah, come outside, shoot him.
Reaction to this Biden-appointed federal judge out in Los Angeles, apparently expected today to issue a temporary restraining order halting your lawful operations. She says, I think it's important for the court not to burden otherwise lawful law enforcement activities. Your reaction there?
Look, people need to understand, ICE officers and Border Patrol, they don't need probable cause to walk up to somebody, briefly detain them, and question them. They just need the totality of the circumstances, right? They just got through the observation, get articulable facts based on their location, their occupation, their physical appearance, their actions. Like a uniformed Border Patrol agent walks up to them at, for instance, a Home Depot. And they got all these articulable facts, plus the person walks away or runs away. Agents are trained what they need to detain somebody temporarily and question them. It's not probable cause, it's reasonable suspicion. We're trained on that. Every agent, every 6 months, get Fourth Amendment training over and over again. These officers are really good at what they do. And if this judge would make a decision that's against what these officers are trained, what the law is based upon, then they're going to shut down operation. I think that's your end game. They want ICE to stop doing this. But if they base it on the rule of law, they're going to find out Border Patrol and ICE is doing exactly what they're going to do in accordance with law.
And you're not going to stop coming. Tom Homan, thank you for getting up with us this morning.
You got it.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.